From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Shan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Friday, March 1st, 2024.
This is J.C. Rindo with the Detroit Free Press. Dan Gilbert's business empire has shed thousands of jobs amid a slump in the mortgage industry. Rocket Companies recently reported that its total employee headcount fell to 14,700 in 2023 from 18,500 the year before. And back in 2021, Rocket employed as many as 26,000 people. The big drop reflects the current down market in the mortgage business that started 2 years ago. That's when mortgage rates began to rise. Rocket Companies is the corporate parent of several Dan Gilbert businesses, most notably Rocket Mortgage. And it is the largest employer in the city of Detroit, based on the number of employees within the city. Nearly all other mortgage lenders have slimmed down in size in recent years, and some have even closed.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Eric D. Lawrence. Stellantis has a new leader overseeing operations in the United States, and he's already got his sights set on improving dealer relations with the automaker. Carlos Zarlenga, who formerly led Stellantis in Mexico, is now Chief Operating Officer for all of North America, including the U.S. He tells the Free Press that, quote, "It's important to keep your partners fully engaged with your transformation," end quote. That transformation involves the company's move to roll out a slate of electric vehicles, including 8 this year. Dealers, he says, need to see the opportunities with battery electric vehicles as they do with hybrids, an area where the company is seeing considerable sales success already. Zarlenga says getting dealers to buy in will help get consumers engaged as well. Zarlenga says the company's EV launches would be a test of the market, but he feels good about what's on the way. Quote, "Everybody has big ambitions, so do we," end quote, he says.
I'm Sue Salaski, Detroit Free Press food and restaurant writer. Fast food chain Wendy's is clarifying recent comments made by its CEO about experimenting with fluctuating pricing of its menu. The company backed down, saying they have, quote, "no plans to increase prices." Many media outlets, including the Detroit Free Press, reported on comments CEO Kirk Tanner made, suggesting the chain would start testing the practice of, quote, "dynamic pricing" during a recent earnings calls to analysts. As early as 2025, Tanner said Wendy's, quote, "would begin testing more enhanced features like dynamic pricing and day-part offerings, along with AI-enabled menu changes and suggestive selling." But the Dublin, Ohio-based chain backed down and called the statements misconstrued and said, quote, "to clarify, Wendy's will not implement surge pricing, which is the practice of raising prices when demand is highest. We didn't use that phrase, nor do we plan on implementing that practice." Following the news reports, the Dublin, Ohio-based chain faced backlash on social media about those very changes Tanner suggested. Under the model, dynamic pricing, sometimes called surge pricing, is a strategy reflecting different prices for items based on fluctuations in demand.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. And according to reports, the Detroit Lions are already working to get a deal done with one of their most important and popular players. It didn't take long for Amon-Ra St. Brown to become a fan favorite and one of the most recognizable players on the team. Sure, his blue-dyed hair that he rocked for the postseason didn't hurt, but between his breakout play towards the end of his rookie year as a fourth-round pick to his ability to name the 16 wide receivers drafted before him, something that he said he does frequently even before practice, to even his father, who used to be Mr. Universe and trained Amon-Ra and his brother Equimenius exactly like you'd think he would, St. Brown is nothing if not entertaining. But beyond the off-the-field stuff, Amon-Ra's play on the field is what matters most. St. Brown was tied for second in the league last year with 119 catches and was third in the league in total yards. Plus, only 3 players in the NFL had more touchdown catches than St. Brown did last year. In other words, no matter how you spin it, St. Brown was a beast in only his third year and already is one of the best receivers in the league. So it shouldn't be too surprising that Lions general manager Brad Holmes is anxious to get a deal done with St. Brown, who, besides his stellar on-the-field play, is one of the leaders in the Lions clubhouse. According to our Lions beat writer Dave Burkett, The Lions are expected to meet with St. Brown's representatives this week for the NFL Combine in Indianapolis to start working on a potential extension to keep him in silver and Honolulu blue. Now, nothing is done yet, and St. Brown will probably be asking for a pretty penny based on the rising salary cap in the league and the increasing value of wide receivers. But Holmes has made himself clear throughout this offseason so far whenever the question has come up. The Lions want to take care of their own and will prioritize doing that with the more than $50 million in salary cap space that the team has. And if Amon-Ra St. Brown doesn't fit that build, then who does?
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and you'll hear more from us Monday.